So just when you thought that this whole beef was kind of coming to a standstill, it's been escalated within the last 24 hours. So Drake, in response to the 616 and LA return of Kendrick Lamar diss, um, so this is after he dropped Euphoria, which was a crazy good diss, and then he dropped 616 in LA, still going in on Drake. And so after that, he later that day, Drake, it seems like he had pre-ready a what is it? A response, and with the whole directed video and everything, called Family Matters. So this is all on the same day, yesterday, the 3rd of May. He had this Family Matters video drop, and we're gonna go over that. And not only that, literally 10 minutes after that, Kendrick Lamar drops another track. So we had 3 diss tracks in one day. So this is shaping up to be a war of epic proportions, and I'm starting to think J. Cole made the best decision of his career staying out of this one. But okay, let's start from the beginning. So obviously we have the we go from the beginning. We got the Like That verse from Kendrick calling him out. J. Cole kind of steps out, whatever. He got like a bunch of slack for that. But I mean, looking at it now, it's the best thing he could have done. Then Drake comes back with the push-ups, and we kind of went over that track already. And then Kendrick Lamar, after Drake made the tailor-made freestyle with the what am I trying to say? Yes, so after Drake dropped the push-ups track and then the AI tailor-made freestyle, we kind of get into Kendrick's response, which was a couple days ago, or a few days ago now, called Euphoria. So we're gonna start there, okay? So we did kind of go over a little bit. So on Euphoria, pretty much Kendrick just went in. Like, on a personal level, it wasn't even like, which this is why I feel like Kendrick's winning so far. Drake is just kind of coming out with just, I don't know, I mean, he's rapping well, but it seems like a superficial track. It doesn't seem like it's that much on a personal level. It's a lot of sneak dissing, a lot of like moving around instead of directly addressing him. But we kind of go into Euphoria a little bit. He starts off by saying the superpower is getting neutralized. I could only watch in silence. The famous actor we once knew is looking paranoid, and now it's spiraling. Pretty much, it seems like Drake is kind of like starstruck a little bit. And Kendrick kind of goes into how he pretty much is calling out Drake for being a scam artist. He's not very he's pretty predictable in this first part. And then it kind of switches up a little bit of this is where it gets crazy. So he starts making Kendrick starts making some like wordplay on the whole Benjamin and Jackson, referencing to money, like a 20 Benjamin Franklin and what's his name? What's his name? The president. No, Joe Jackson. Yeah, sorry, I got it mixed up. Joe Jackson, name of Michael Jackson's father. Kendrick is sunning Drake in this. Pretty much in this whole verse right here, this part of the song of Euphoria, it's just him pretty much talking to him as if he was his son, which is crazy because, I mean, aren't they the same age if I'm not mistaken? Or is Kendrick like a year younger? Which is really crazy to think because Drake is like super, I guess, childish and like he be hanging around with a bunch of young people. He's like the dude that like would be like that peaked in high school, He's just hanging around the high school parking lot and it's like, bro, like at this point just go. But just kind of clinging on to that. So we kind of get later on in this song when he kind of gets into the second verse, I guess, or second switch up, talking about Lil Yachty. Like I said, Drake hanging out with younger people or with the younger crowd or trying to appeal to the younger crowd. He talks about Lil Yachty. Like, he's hanging around with Lil Yachty a lot, but no matter how much he hangs out with him, it's not going to make him look any cooler or whatever. Drake's pretty much still sus, is what he's saying there. He does. This is my favorite line of the whole song. When I see you stand by Sexy Red, I believe you see two bad bitches. So pretty much talking about how, Drake's, personal, sexuality or whatever is in question, or that I saw a post talking about how Drake supposedly got upset at Sexy Red because he lost the twerk off, bro. But there's no way that's real, bro. There's no way that's real. But I just thought that was funny, man. Like, Kendrick really, he's just not holding back at all in this whole song. So I think with this song, like, Euphoria is just Kendrick. I don't know how to describe it. Just talking to him like he's his son. Talking to him like he's his counselor, it seems like. Then also kind of getting into the fact that Drake's team or whatever, like, they're his biggest ops at the end of it, because like a lot of the information that Kendrick Lamar has been getting has been from the OVO team itself. It hasn't been revealed who or what exactly has been revealed, but a lot of the material that Kendrick Lamar has been using has been from OVO members. So as we kind of get into the next part, excuse me, and this is like, after every track that Kendrick has dropped thus far, Drake be posting something on his story, something petty, something, I don't know, like just goofy. But man, it's just like, I don't know. So that's kind of a deep dive into like the Euphoria. Not so deep on that one because that one's been out a few days. What I really wanted to talk about is the tracks that followed. So we are going to start off chronologically. We start off with 616 in LA. So this is about 5 years after the whole Pusha T stuff, which to me is still one of my favorite, like, I guess, diss tracks, in the sense that, like, he literally gave Drake a son. But Kendrick Lamar dropped 616 in LA, and it's mainly kind of, I guess the way I can describe it best. Let me see. So I did see a post. Let me look at. I did see a post. So first of all, obviously he uses the timestamp. The timestamp is one of Drake's, most prominent song titles. Obvious interpretation is Kendrick using long history of releasing songs with timestamps and location. But also it has a lot more meaning. So June 16th is the day Father's Day is celebrated, including the US and Canada. This is also Kendrick, doubling down on the fact that Euphoria was calling him a deadbeat dad and all these things. As well as referencing, him being an absent father. June 16th is also Tupac's birthday, which is crazy because, this is like, he took offense that Drake, used Tupac's AI kind of as, because obviously Tupac is a big West Coast icon, and like, I guess this is kind of his way to also connect it, which this is like a quintuple entendre, because HBO, the show Euphoria, the one with Zendaya, executive produced by Drake, aired its first episode on June 16th. Like, you can't write this. Like, this is crazy. This is like a quintuple entendre. Which Euphoria, I think this is so calculated because before this song, he dropped a song called Euphoria. So this is like a quintuple entendre. And everything is just so calculated. And I'm just trying to see, like, is he really living rent free in Drake's head this badly? And is Drake really this shitty of a person? But then also, O.J. Simpson's murder case began on June 16th in 1995. And this reference could tie into the black leather glove on the cover art of the song. Which is kind of like showing that Drake's, crimes or whatever are soon going to come to light. And they're also pointing at, there's a Bible verse, Corinthians is what I read, which is 6:16. Do you not know that he who unites himself with a prostitute is one with her in body? For it is said, the two will become one flesh. This could be yet another jab at Drake's taste in women. So I don't know about you guys, man, but this is like a 10,000 entendre. And then the cover already obviously has the gloves and the glove or whatever. And then there's a black leather Maybach glove. So the O.J. Simpson thing. Under this interpretation, Kendrick could be implying the members of Drake's team, like his right-hand man Chubbs, have committed crimes and gotten away with it. And then we kind of get, the song is built around a sample of Al Green's What a Wonderful Thing Love Is, which has direct ties to Kendrick's family. So I'm just kind of doing some other reading right now as I'm kind of going through this. If you guys do like, podcasts talking about music and all this stuff, let me know by subscribing and all that stuff. And if you guys prefer this with face cam, let me know. I'm kind of doing it just voice, and using some stuff in the background and all that stuff. But if you guys do want face cam, I did a little bit of it on my previous video, but just let me know. So let's kind of dive into a little bit of the actual song. So 6:16 in LA would literally be a tailor-made song. He produced, so Antonoff, the guy who produced it, has a lot of Swift's music, so this could act as a response to Drake's, tailor-made freestyle, and where he talked about Kendrick, trying to be a pop singer or takes orders from him. He's like, you better listen to Taylor Swift, or he only drops when Taylor Swift says, or something like that. Which, I mean, at first it seemed like, oh, okay, like, Drake had a good jab there, but he's kind of like using it against him at the end of it. So some of the bars in the actual song it's just, the whole song is just made to, I guess, get Drake. Like I said, I keep using this as like, Drake is kind of being counseled, it seems like, or his dad is like talking to him or whatever it is. It just seems like a counseling session, the way he's kind of approaching this. So let's see, kind of getting into some of the actual bars. Off-white Sunseeker at the marina. Fuck a phantom, I like to buy yachts when I get the fever. Wine cooler spill on my white t-shirt, the sightseer. Trifecta, money, morals, and culture, that's my leisure. My Visa passport tatted, I show up in Ibiza. So Kendrick is kind of mocking Drake, talking about how that rich stuff that normal people can't relate to, like going from the Vava to the, okay, I'm not sure about that, but, and once again, shout out to Complex. They kind of did a deep dive on it as well. Let's see. Yeah, so Cole and Drake also reunited in a Rolls Royce Ghost in 2019, which pissed Kendrick off. Drake also recently bought a yacht, and he did post it on Instagram. Um, he's all like, pretty much Drake goes to Ibiza a lot, so K Dot kind of says that he's not afraid to pull up on him no matter where he goes. So Kendrick also kind of went into some of the members in Drake's crew, um, and they're actually closer to Kendrick, is what he made it seem. Um, so kind of going back into a little bit of, the Pusha T diss a few years ago, um, that he found out that Drake had a child through a woman who was pillow talking with Noah 40 Shabib. So it wouldn't be shocking if there were more leaks in his camp. The person next to Drake that Kendrick is referring to could be his right hand man Chubbs. So kind of the line that went with this is 100 that you got on salary and 20 of them you as a casualty, and one of them is actually next to you, and two of them is practically tired of your lifestyle, just don't got the audacity to tell you. So this in conclusion is just Kendrick kind of setting him down, talking about how the people that Drake thinks are closest to him are actually giving him all the information that he's getting and all this deep stuff. So that dropped at around like 6 in the morning Pacific time on the 3rd of May. And then later in that day, Drake dropped a pre-recorded, pre-recorded. He had it ready because the beginning of it is the end of his initial diss push-ups. So we got Family Matters is the name of it. And it starts with, maybe in the song you start by saying, the word, I said it, I know that you mad. I've emptied the clip over friendlier jabs. You mentioned my seed, now deal with his dad. I gotta go bad. That was flowing there. And then it starts with, the ending of push-ups where it's like drop a 50 bag on for the mob at the spot, whatever. I was trying to keep it PG. Then he kind of goes into Cole. J. Cole keeps getting like from some jabs, even though he like stepped out of it. He's like, Cole losing sleep on this. It ain't me. I'm like, why you gotta do him dirty? And then he says, I mean, it's true. Blank slimed me for my AP, just like how Metro slimed him for his main squeeze. So Drake is talking about Metro's friends had sex with his main chick. Most people would assume that Future did it, but using the word slime is implying, Young Thug. Young Thug or Gunna. I'm pretty sure it's Young Thug. Then we go into don't even go back to your hood and plant no money trees. So he uses the Money Trees song reference there. I've been with Black and White and everything that's in between. You the Black Messiah wifing up a mixed queen and hit vanilla cream to help out with your self-esteem. So this is where it starts getting fucked up because Drake starts bringing in Kendrick's wife. Drake is using Bobby Brown and Whitney Houston as a metaphor and wordplay to allude to alleged rift between Kendrick and the mother of his children, Whitney. And he's saying, let's see. This may be reference Kendrick literally hitting his fiance, who Drake refers to as Vanilla Cream, as she is light skinned. Drake explicitly claims that Kendrick hit Whitney later on this track. He also said that Kendrick's, I guess, fiance had a child with Kendrick's manager. So these are crazy claims. I'm not sure, obviously, the trueness of this stuff, but this is what Drake is claiming. Which, this is foul, bro. He like is going for the people that he supposedly loves the most, and he's just stepping out of the rap realm. And then we kind of get into the first line in this part. He says, hey, let the short breath Shorter Breathe, sorry. Shot at Kendrick Lamar and his fiance, with Drake alleging Kendrick is abusing her and needs to let her go. That is awful, bro. Like, obviously we don't have proof of that, but those are crazy claims to be making. Drake is just going like, these bars go over Kenny head no matter what I say. Double entendre Drake's lyrics because he doesn't understand their meaning, and Drake's word would literally go over his head since Drake is 6 foot and Kendrick is 5'5". I thought Kendrick was 5'7" though. Regardless, then he kind of goes into the second part after the chorus again. Let me stop playing around. Let's take this shit serious. If Drake Shooter is doing TikToks, realest shooter in your gang, that's P's brother. Y'all ain't getting shit shot. Can't listen to stick talk in falsetto, save it for hip hop. Drake is not a fan of being dissed by The Weeknd in this high note falsetto, like he did it on All to Myself on the Future album. So it's like Drake versus everyone, but like on the personal level, it's him v Kendrick. So this is all sorts of like wacky that this all happened within the same like 24 hours. And all of this had like, the subliminal stuff with obviously the name Family Matters of the song, and in the music video he has a lot of like imagery from Good Kid Mad City, such as the van and the cover. And then he goes, what the fuck, I heard Rick drop talking something about a nose job. Yep, pretty much that's self-explanatory. Ozempic got a side effect of jealousy, and doctor never told y'all. Put someone behind bars, let him rot, kind of your old job. Drake's now dissing Rick Ross, putting him in his in his bars. Rick Ross was a officer before becoming a rapper, so he used to put people in bars and let them rot. So I don't know why he's kind of straying away from Kendrick here, but which one of my so-called friends need a shell from the clip? Always knew I had to smoke y'all friends. Good Kid Mad City van will pop the latch and let the door slide. Represents both safety and tough realities of life in Compton. It's like a safe place for Kendrick and his friends to hang out, but it also sees a lot of neighborhoods rough stuff like violence and trouble. Drake shows the infamous van being destroyed in the video. Weekend music getting played in all the spots where boys got a little more pride. That's why all your friends dip into Atlanta paying just to find a tour guide. Atlanta is notably popular LGBTQ city, referred to as the gay capital or sanctuary to the LGBTQ community. Abel, run your fucking bread. Need to buy some more chains for some more guys. He's using kind of the same diss that he did initially, talking about how the things that rappers do for girls, The Weeknd is doing for other guys. Which, if you ask me, that's kind of like a weak diss, because at the end of the day, if Drake's best diss is just to call someone, gay or whatever it is, that's weak, bro, because there's nothing wrong with that. Like, he doesn't really have nothing on The Weeknd. Now we go into I ain't even know you rap still because they only talking about your fit again. Probably gonna have a kid again before you think of dropping any shit again. Even when you do drop, they gonna say you've modeled because it's mid again. And then he kind of, this is, where he shifts his focus onto A$AP Rocky, which he's going into like everyone. Obviously he's like 20v1 or whatever. And this part kind of lost me because it's like, not lost me, but I kind of lost interest. I wanted Drake to just respond strictly on Kendrick, but he's got to do his thing. He once again brought Rihanna into this, smoking Fenty about it. Double entendre, Fenty's brand. Drake is referring to Rocky, call up Pluto Metro. Should have put me on the first one. Rocky's unhappy because Metro Future didn't include him on the first release. on We Don't Trust You, he was only able to take shots at Drake on the second release, which had less impact. Body After Body, you know, Rick reading my Miranda rights. Once again, Drake is kind of alluding to that he's taking everybody out. The 20v1 thing again, and you know, calling out Rick Ross, him being an officer, because you got to pay for saying my name. Guess now people understand the price. All right, now part 3. This is where he goes more into Kendrick. So Kendrick just opened his mouth. Someone go hand him a Grammy right now, talking about how Kendrick just gets gifted Grammys. Where's your uncle at? Because I want to talk to the man of the house. In this song, Kendrick tells the story how his aunt transitioned into becoming his uncle. Bro, come on, man. Why you gotta do them like that? They had nothing to do with this. You want to talk up for Pharrell, then come get his legacy out of my house. Where Kendrick criticizes Drake for taking shots at Pharrell. A cease and desist for hoes. Can't listen to lies that come out your mouth. You called the Tupac estate and begged him to sue me and get that shit down. So this is a response to Kendrick's Euphoria track. Try cease and desist on the Like That record. Ho, what? You ain't like that record. Which Drake did try and like take that shit down. But he's kind of alluding to this, and he's all like, oh, you know, you're trying to get my Tupac thing taken down. Boy Wonder send beat and I'll kill you for fun. Your daddy got robbed by Top. Story of Kendrick Lamar's dad, I think his name was Kenny Duckworth, and Anthony Top Dog, when his father was working at the Kentucky Fried Chicken, from the song Duckworth on Damn. Now we kind of go later on in the song. Let's see, there's Michael was praying his features would change so people believe that he's actually white. So this one was a little interesting because the question of who's Michael Jackson and Prince and all that stuff has always been, you know, going back and forth between them two. But Drake keeps alluding to him being about like the Michael Jackson of the rap game. But like if we go back to Euphoria, when Kendrick's all like, you know, how many black features till you feel black enough? And he kind of goes to the Michael Jackson thing because he, you know, Michael Jackson did change his skin tone. And he's pretty much, this bar is kind of like talking about Michael Jackson had a skin condition named, what is it? Ah, crap. It starts with a V. It's like Vitiligo, something like that. But Michael Jackson obviously had it. He had a skin condition. He had procedure done to just go, you know, change his skin tone. And then in the next bar, Drake runs with the theme of white and claims that Kendrick appeals to a white fan base. Once again, alluding to the, you know, Taylor Swift stuff. What's the other one? Was it the Maroon 5 or Katy Perry? One of those two. Now, they heard a crisis management team to clean up the fact that you beat on your queen. The picture you painted and would have seemed you're dead. And he keeps claiming that Kendrick supposedly beat his wife, but up until this point, we haven't had any confirmation of that. But yeah, so up until this point, we have no confirmation of that. But in the most inexplicable, oh, bro, I can't even English. The most inexplicable 10 minutes, dude. Kendrick literally predicted what was gonna happen, bro. 10 minutes after this dropped, this supposed Drake comeback, oh shit, Drake respond instantly, bro. The same day, he's clapping back, whatever. Kendrick goes and drops a song called Meet the Grams, and there is so much to unpack here. First of all, he predicted this shit. He predicted how Drake was gonna move. He already had this ready, locked and loaded. First of all, title of the song, Meet the Grams. So obviously referring to Drake's last name, Aubrey Graham. But there's just so much into this, starting off with the actual cover of the song. So initially on 616 in LA, it was just zoomed in on the glove, and then zoomed out now. It has some receipts on certain purchases. And let's see. Yeah, we got some purchases, some pills, sleeping pills. Obviously, the glove referring to OJ from the previous song. The Ozempic, which Drake, they had the claim that Drake got fake abs and he had to take all this medication or whatever, which all this allegedly Kendrick Lamar got from Drake's own people. So I saw a lot of posts where they're like, Drake got worse freaking friends than Jesus. So I'm like, bro, yep, it seems like most of his like squad has like been snaking him, but like there's a lot to unpack here. So let me let's see. I did see so the cover art. Let's see. I did see this article. Let's see. Academics got intel from Kendrick's camp that the details of the cover, Meet the Grams, containing a glove, Ozempic receipts, was stolen from a suitcase that belonged to Dennis Graham, Drake's father. The 32-year-old wrote in a TikTok post. This cover art contains things that is known from Drake's pop's suitcase. So Drake's pop's suitcase had these things in it. So, but apparently Kendrick must have got a hold of Drake's dad's suitcase. So we're talking about Dennis Graham, which is Drake's pops or dad. Remember all the talk about leaks in the camp. Now let's go into the meaning of. Hold on, guys. So Kendrick has all the receipts, literally, and he knew he was dropping, and all the angles exposed the second child. So that is like obviously the biggest thing here. Let's see. Still looking into this. Bro, I'm getting so many ads. I want to find that article. Okay, so the cover art of Meet the Grams features an alleged photograph of Drake's prescription of Ozempic. So Ozempic. So Ozempic, known generically as semaglutide, was pretty much for use of adult with type 2 diabetes. It's a weekly injection that helps lower blood sugar by helping the pancreas. Um, so I'm pretty sure it's an appetite like suppressor or whatever, kind of going along with the fake ab allegations or all this stuff, and losing weight and all that stuff. But now supposedly that's Pharmacy 90210. What the hell? Bro, I saw this like post that literally a cover art explained. Let's see. Meet the Grams clocks in 6.5 minutes and addresses each member of Drake's immediate family. His son Adonis, his mother Sandy, Dennis's father. In addition to the MC who's referred by his name Aubrey Graham, he implies that Drizzy uses Ozempic, is hiding a daughter, and hires sex offenders in addition to a number of other shots. Let's see. Meet the Gramps cover meaning. Sorry about this, guys. I did see a post. The pill bottle on the left is Zolpidem, a prescription drug misused for date R-word. Short half-life, passes through the body quickly, but leaves one drowsy at low dosages. Oh my god. Oh my god. So this is like, there's a fuck ton of shit going on. Obviously the Ozempic in the corner, a receipt which I can't really see what the receipt is. But little receipts. I mean, maybe the receipts are for the pill. The the image is still cropped. Kind of looks like a baggie under the right sleeve, top left of photo. Let's see. Oh yeah, dude. There's more to this picture, bro. Drake's got to be careful. There's going to be some crazy bomb policy. Like a crazy... Bro. Also, the receipt for the ring Drake bought that is identical to the ring Kendrick's fiance has, exposing his pettiness. Can anyone make out what they say and what they are for? They are a jewelry store. Maybe the ring Drake has in the video is, in fact, Kendrick's wife engagement ring that he bought. Pretty sure one of them is from Pandora Jewelry. Please post any clear pics. Yeah, so I'm just kind of going over some of the discussion regarding the picture. But let's get into the content matter. If you guys are enjoying so far, let me know. If you guys want to keep, listening to podcasts about music news, all sorts of, new songs, new album reviews, all sorts of stuff on the Pass the Aux podcast. And let's get into the content matter. So he starts off, "Dear Adonis, I'm sorry that this man is your father. Let me be honest. It takes a man to be a man, and your dad is not responsive." So pretty self-explanatory there. I look at him, wish your grandpa would have wore a condom. Damn. I'm sorry that you got to grow up and stand behind him. Life is hard. I know the challenge is always going to beat us home. Sometimes our parents make mistakes that affect us until we grown. And you're a good kid that need good leadership. Let me be your mentor since daddy won't teach you shit. So pretty self-explanatory there. 5% will comprehend, but 95% is lost. The 5 and 95 references the teaching of the Nation of Islam as taught by Muhammad and his messenger. Kendrick mentions the term lost in context that the supreme wisdom lost to describe the 85% plus depending on context as explained below the 10%. A lot of superstars that's real, but your daddy ain't one of them. And you nothing like him, you'll carry yourself as king. Kendrick is once again, talking about Drake's, I guess how Drake always alludes to the fact that, he's the next Michael Jackson or the Michael Jackson of the rap game or whatever. Sorry about that. Just can't understand me right now. Just play this when you're 18. And oh shit, when he dropped this, he talks about well, he's talking to Drake's son, obviously, but he kind of has like this double. I don't know how to describe it, but this is reminiscent of the song Keisha's song "Her Pain," which was essentially written to teach his little sister of the dangers of the street life. So it's just kind of alluding to that. I'm not too familiar with that specific line, but then we get into the second verse. This is where it starts getting a little crazy. So he starts it off by "Dear Sandra," which is Drake's mother. Your son got some bad habits, or got some habits. I hope you don't undermine them, especially with all the girls that's hurt inside this climate. You a woman, so you know how it feels to be in alignment with emotion, hoping a man can see you and not be blinded. Kendrick speaks on Sandy Graham, Drake's mom. Let's see. He figures she must be disturbed by his misogynistic antics. Kendrick mentioned these antics in his song Euphoria. I believe you do not like women. It's a real competition. You might pop ass with them. So Drake having this weird instances with all these women, considering, you know, the turbulent stuff with, you know, the culture, abortion stuff, you know, R word culture. And he's kind of just, Kendrick's kind of saying that, you know, his mom feels as if his son is just pretty much a piece of shit. It says, "Dear Dennis, you gave birth to a master manipulator," which Dennis is Drake's dad. "I think you should ask for more paper, and more paper. Blaming you on his gambling addictions," referring to Drake being, you know, a gambler. You know, doing live stream gambling stuff. Psychopath intuition, that man likes to play victim, which, you know, we know Drake has a history of being the victim. Sandra, sit down. What I'm about to say is heavy. Now listen. Your son is a sick man with sick thoughts. I think people like him should die, is what Kendrick said. He believes Drake is mentally sick from the trauma of being improperly raised, while also having morally sick predatory thoughts. Oh, what the hell? He hates black women, hypersexualizes them with kinks of nympho fetish. Sexual assault claims of Laquana Morris when on tour in Manchester. The former stripper Instagram model said, "Drake forced me to perform oral on him. It wasn't your ordinary oral." So, God, what the fuck, Drake? Drake's constant alluding to the sexual ventures and mentioning of Kendrick's wife is less than constructive. And here, Kendrick highlights Drake's proclivity to objectify black women rather than treat them respectfully. You got sex offenders on Hovio that keep him on monthly allowance. This was pretty self-explanatory. People signed to the label are now the Forbats guy, Smiley, Popcaan, Roy Woods. Man, has Roy Woods dropped music? I haven't freaking heard from him. Majid, Jordan, and Party Next Door. Bacanat Nice, former OVO security guard, is a current OVO artist who's been charged with prostitution and human trafficking in the past. Damn. A child should never be compromised in keeping his child around him. Kendrick suggests that Drake is compromising his son by surrounding him with all these bad people. And we gotta raise our daughters knowing there's predators like him lurking. Fuck a rap battle, he should die so all of these women can live with a purpose. This one's self-explanatory. Pretty much Drake's has a history of being fucking weird. So back in 2018, obviously the stuff with Millie Bobby Brown, which was just 14 at the time, met Drake and calling him fantastic and a great friend, which is fucking weird, bro. He was like 33 when that happened. I've been in the industry 12 years. I'm gonna tell you one little secret. It's some weird shit going on, and some of these artists be here to police it. They be streamlining victims all inside of their home and calling them tender, then leak videos of themselves to further push their agendas. You know, he's just talking about how Drake and other, you know, people in the elite music industry are running, you know, sex trafficking rings in their homes. It should be noted that it matches the unverified claims by a TikToker named Eileen Garden, who went viral for exposing Drake's alleged private Tinder. So these lines on Drake's Chicago freestyle: "All good chubs will look around, find one that seem my type, that my dog, and he know what I like. He done found me plenty in my life." Bro, Drake just, what the fuck, Drake? Not only that, like, he literally self-reported. What the fuck is this guy doing? Something is wrong with this guy. Bro, to any woman that be playing his music, know that you're playing your sister, or better, you're selling your niece to the weirdos, not the good ones. Damn, bro. Drake really is a horrible person. Cat Williams said, "Get you the truth, so I'm gonna get mines. The embassy about to get raided too. It's only a matter of time." The embassy is, if you're not familiar, embassy is what Drake called his, like over $100 million mansion. Um, Kendrick saying that that's about to get raided. Pretty much that they're gonna uncover a bunch of shit. Hey LeBron, keep the family away. Hey Curry, keep the family away. To anybody that embody the love for their kids, keep the family away. They're looking at you too. If you're standing by him, keep the family away. I'm looking to shoot through any pervert that lives. Keep the family safe. Damn. This shit is like Shrek onion layers, bro. So now, verse 3. This shit, if it wasn't already crazy enough, and if you already like don't look at Drake and be like, what the fuck, bro? This is crazy right here. So, dear baby girl, I'm sorry that your father not active inside your world. He don't commit to much but his music. Yeah, that's for sure. He's a narcissist, misogynist, living inside his songs. Try to destroy families rather than taking care of his own. Should be teaching you timetables or watching Frozen with you, or at your 11th birthday singing poems with you. Bro, jeez. He just freaking alluded to the fact that Drake has a hidden 11-year-old daughter. Instead, he be in Turks paying for sex and popping perks, examples that you don't deserve. I want to tell you that you're loved, you're brave, you're kind, you got a gift to change the world and could change your father's mind. Bro. His father probably didn't claim him either. History does repeat itself. Sometimes they don't need a reason. Give him grace. This is the reason I made Mr. Morale, so our babies like you can cope later. Damn, bro. He kind of flipped that shit up because everyone was Kendrick, asked Drake's alleged daughter to find the strength to forgive him, forgive her father for his mistakes, but for her own sake, so that she can move forward in her life without dwelling too much on the past. Letting go of grudges and bitterness is one of the most effective ways to overcome pain in personal life. Oh my God. Give you some confidence to go through something. It's hope later. I never want to hear you chase a man because his failed behavior, sitting in the club with sugar daddies for validation. You need to know that love is eternity and trumps all pain. Kendrick talks about Drake having sugar daddies. Prostitution to fill the empty void of a father figure. This has only been a subject matter of many of Kendrick Lamar's songs, like Keisha's song from 2011 Project Section 80. Yes, he's a hitmaker, songwriter, superstar, and a fucking deadbeat that should never say more life. Meet the Grams. Damn! Alright, now we got into verse 4, and this is where he goes directly at Drake. So he starts, "Dear Aubrey, I know you probably thinking I wanted to crash your party, but truthfully, I don't have a hating bone in my body, but you fucked up the moment you called my family's name. You had to stoop so low to discredit some decent people. Guess integrity is lost when the metaphors doesn't reach you. And I like to understand because your house was never a home. 37, but you showing up as a 7-year-old. You got gambling, drinking problems, pill popping and spending problems, bad with money, whorehouse, soliciting woman problems. Therapy's a lovely start, but I suggest some ayahuasca. Strip the ego from the bottom." Obviously, ayahuasca, the I guess that Aaron Rodgers hallucinogen thing that helps people, like achieve enlightenment or whatever it was. No secret handshakes with your friend. No cultural cachet to binge. Can't change your masculine even when you're standing next to a woman. You a body shamer, you gonna find them baby mamas, ain't ya? Because you lied about religious views and you lied about your surgery. You lied about your accent and your past tense. All is perjury. You lied about ghostwriters. You lied about your crew members. They all pussy. You lied to them. I know they got all you in them. You lied about your son. You lied about your daughter. You lied about them other kids that's out here hoping that you come. You lied about the only artist that can offer you some help. Fuck a rap battle. This is a long life battle with yourself. Holy shit. Bro. I don't even know how Drake can come back from this, bro. The absolute, Drake is just a fucking weirdo, bro. You know, obviously we don't know what stuff has been proven with Kendrick Lamar, but like a lot of the stuff here that Kendrick is saying has evidence behind it. And Drake is just like, and allegedly his own crew members are the ones giving Kendrick all this intel. So this is like, this is more than just like the rap game. A lot of people are all like, this is excellent for rap and all that stuff, which I mean, yeah, they're coming at each other with, you know, good quality rapping and all this stuff, but this is more than that. This is like a whole operation that Kendrick Lamar is gonna just uncover a whole freaking new world. Not only the fact that Drake supposedly has an 11-year-old daughter, but a whole like onion layer that we have not had come to light. So I only expect crazier things to happen from here. This is like on personal levels, this is crazy, man. There's only more to be uncovered according to Kendrick Lamar. And yeah, man, we're just gonna keep, you know, waiting to see what happens next. So this was Meet the Grams. This was 10 15 minutes after the Family Matters dropped by Drake. And a lot of people are also saying that the picture is still cropped of the album cover. So there's more. There is more in this picture that has to be uncovered, man. So Drake, bro, like, this shit, this is fucked up, bro. Kendrick really about to freaking change the rap game forever. And not the fact that, like, just being a better rapper just the sake of the entire music industry. He's about to uncover some shit. So Kendrick is on some freaking truth, or like Illuminati uncover X-Files mode, bro. And it's only gonna get crazier from here. Like I said, with the picture of the you know, of all the cover of the song is an expanded version of the one before, the 616 in LA, and it still has black lines around it. So this has more. But yeah, man, this has been the Pass the Aux podcast. This has been Jason. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this, and subscribe if you guys do like discussions or listening to stuff in the background, talking about music, talking about all this stuff. I would greatly appreciate it. And we're just going to be on the lookout for all this stuff as we go on. So this was just a deep dive into all the recent songs that have dropped. And with that being said, I hope y'all have an excellent Saturday.